It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are back with a movie. We are going to watch a poll winner from our Patreon poll, Poor Things from 2023.
Cool.
What do you know about this movie, Nate?
Emma Stone.
Which you see on the poster?
Yes, that's it.
And that's all you know?
Yep.
You never heard of this?
I've never heard of it, no.
Okay. This, I think, I'm not sure if it won any awards, but I think it was like awards, nominated and stuff like that. So it's it's well received in that regard. The director is a guy named Yorgos Lanthimos. He makes weird movies.
Okay.
I've only seen one of them, The Lobster. You seen that?
No.
That is a movie with Colin Farrell where he goes to this resort where you are supposed to go to find your partner. And if you fail to find a partner during your time there, you are transformed into an animal.
Oh.
So he becomes a lobster. That movie is depressing as hell, and I did not like it.
You didn't like it? It wasn't like depressing and like a inspiring
interesting
type of way?
It was it was just a major bummer. And I was not a fan. I hope I'm not turning off any of our viewers right away to say that. A few people in my life have recommended this movie to me, and I was reluctant to watch it because I was like, I don't like Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, right.
Watching The Lobster was enough for me to decide I wasn't into it. But we put it on the poll, and it won, and I did get enough recommendations from people whose taste I trust that I was like, maybe I should be checking this out.
Definitely give it a shot. I see comedy, fantasy there.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of a fun combination of things.
Yeah, I think so. The other movies this director has made are The Favorite, which I know Olivia Colman won an Oscar for. I don't know much about anything about what that movie is. And then he made another one called The Killing of a Sacred Deer that I guess is also very surreal about a surgeon.
Sounds really surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He does weird stuff. I'm expecting something weird here. This movie's got Emma Stone, also Willem Dafoe and Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah,
yes.
Cool.
So, I don't know what else to say, really. I think Willem Dafoe has, face deformities in this movie.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's, prosthetics on his face.
It's too bad, because he's a handsome man. I think so.
I'm not sure if handsome is the word I would use.
Wolfish handsomeness. Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad-looking guy, but handsome is the wrong... that seems more
menacingly
conventional
handsome.
than Willem Dafoe is.
True.
He's an unusual-looking man.
He is.
You're
right.
Yeah. I mean, no more speculating to do, I guess, if we don't even know what we're going to get into. Let's just dive in.
Happens, yeah.
All right, we have a Patreon link down there. You can vote in polls to help us choose movies or select movies for us or, all advanced full-length reactions, all that good stuff. Support our Patreon. Thanks for watching Ketchup Packets. We're going to watch Poor Things.
It's tense.
Oh no.
Okay, it's not good.
Belly flop. Oof.
Yeah, ouch. It's beautiful.
Your aesthetic assessments are weird today.
Oh.
It's been 2 minutes and this is weird as already.
No idea what to make of this yet. It's making me very uncomfortable. Yeah.
I don't like mouth stuff.
I know you don't.
Everything's too big.
Yeah, you're right. What the hell?
Nah, man.
It's probably going to be a lot of mouth stuff in this movie.
What the f***?
What the hell?
A pile of orchids.
It's a duck dog.
Come come. You did puzzles as children, did you not?
Is it just me, or is it devilishly hard to concentrate when the monster's talking?
That's not very nice. Some sort of behavioral issue of some kind. Yeah.
The very first thing we saw was her jumping off a bridge.
That's right, yeah.
I think he reanimated her.
Okay. Yeah.
Her mental age and her body are not quite synchronized. Language is coming. I need to meticulously note her progression. You will do this for me.
It would be my honor.
Yeah, does she... It seems like she, like, doesn't like... Yeah, she, like, can't eat.
Yeah, she could... Yeah, I think... I mean, if he made that duck dog, I think he could reanimate a person.
Yeah, dude.
I find them to be nice in the morning.
Just roll with it, dude. Got a job to do.
This movie's gonna be gross.
Yep. So far, I love this. This is awesome.
So, and his job is just to write down what she does?
Yep.
The barking chicken?
But love God.
His name is God?
I don't think that's his name. I think that's what she calls... I mean, he does create life from death. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure. Like, I think maybe she is just brain damaged or something. I don't know.
She seems... I think you maybe are onto something with the... She's she went from dead to, like...
Starting again. Yeah.
Has she ever been outside?
No. I have created a perfectly entertaining and safe world for Bella.
Now.
Bella.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
That lady has to clean that up.
Yep. You bet. Formaldehyde. Organs and stuff.
What the hell?
What the hell?
So it's a car with a horse's head mounted on it?
Steam-powered carriage. Or maybe the car is actually part horse.
What? No.
Who knows how far his, like, powers of, you know, putting two things together.
Chimera creation.
Yeah, there you go. Take her to, like, a remote place where there isn't, like... She can't hurt anything.
Drove through the city first so she could see.
Time to go. A storm approaches.
He doesn't want her to be, like, seen by other people.
She's an experiment, and I must control the conditions or our results will not be pure.
Okay, so it's from a science standpoint.
You know, I'm going with your original theory that people are gonna see her and be like, she's dead.
Yeah, maybe she's somebody. Oh, so maybe it's just not even the original brain. It's like a little kid's brain in her body or something.
Why are you hiding her?
Normal.
Tell me what all this means or I'll go to the police.
I shall, for it is a happy tale.
I don't know, man. It's like, don't you know where you are? Didn't you see the duck dog?
I guess, yeah.
What do you think is happening?
He's a student of his. He knows this guy.
Yeah. He's a genius, you know. Sometimes genius comes with some unsavory, you know, to learn the truth. You have to...
Dead, but so close to life.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Roll with it, bro.
All my research had come to this moment. Fate had brought me a dead body and a live infant.
Okay, so it's the baby's brain.
Take the infant's brain out and put it in the full-grown woman.
What?
Reanimate her and watch.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the right reaction, man.
So it's Frankenstein.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Would you rather the world did not have Bella?
you know, I don't know what the world would look like without her, so I guess not. But then also that adds like a sinister piece to like, you know, it's a baby's brain like is developing and absorbing all this like input, you know, and like this environment is very like confined, and then I don't know, using chloroform to put her out and stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
it's like
it's child abuse.
Yeah.
What's going on? Is she?
Yeah. She's still got like the body of an
Right.
adult. Yeah.
She's got an adult physiology in an infant's brain. Oh, that's an apple?
Yep. Yeah. You don't take out a baby's brain and put it in an adult body, man.
Catch your packets,
There's so
Tim.
many there's so many issues with this right now.
In polite society, that is not done.
Just observe. Feels like he's meddling. He's getting too comfortable. Like,
Well, I mean, that's crossing a boundary that people are not willing to just
I guess,
be
yeah.
around.
I mean, you don't have to actively observe, but you can write a note.
You know, I'm actually something of a romantic, Max.
Oh yeah.
I believe I see love between you and Bella.
She's...
Perhaps you should marry her.
What?
I think she loves you. Do you wish to marry her or not?
I wish to marry you. You're my wife.
Oh, come on, man.
It's just like,
No.
You must live here with me always.
I
I will
mean,
have a legal
yeah,
agreement
this is
drawn up.
she's his project. you
Yeah,
know,
I guess
you
her
can't
whole
just, like, take
life
her away.
is his experiment.
Curious contract.
There are several spelling errors.
Immaterial to the legal bindingness of it, I assure you. Must be quite a woman to warrant
There he is.
such binding.
Some of these shots are like make me uncomfortable to
Yeah.
watch. It's like it's very the soundtrack too. Wild, man.
I said this guy makes weird movies.
Yes.
Snooping.
Just trying to find her.
I had to meet this woman who would inspire such a contract of marriage that imprisons her.
They love me, Tate.
I understand why. I have to pinch you to see if you're real.
You're not pin.
Oh, whoa!
Who is you?
Oh, that's forward.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Duncan Wedderburn.
I don't like him. What is he still doing here? What's happening? Where did he come from? Why is he here?
To do the contract, to marry her to the assistant guy.
You're a prisoner, and I aim to free you.
Just
Something in you.
write the contract, man.
I'm going to Lisbon on Friday. I'd like you to come.
Lisbon of Portugal.
That is the Lisbon I speak of.
God never allow it.
So was he gonna steal her away?
So I'm not asking him.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Bella not safe with you, I think.
You are absolutely
It's a good instinct.
Yeah, right.
not.
Stranger danger.
What is it?
Tonight, at midnight, I secretly run away with one Duncan Wedderburn.
What?
You will wish. I shall adventure on Duncan Wedderburn, who I think has little of damage to me, but will be interesting as well.
She's very perceptive.
I guess
It's like
so.
he's kind of an asshole, but he's exciting. So I want to check this out first before I go for the stable guy.
I love you.
When I return, we marriage. Be happy as two doves on a branch. You think I need travel hat?
No. This will not do.
Oh,
I mean, it's like, can she make her own decisions or not?
right,
She's like,
exactly. Yeah,
Heart, blood and bones.
feel like
Max, you are flushed.
I feel like it's wrong for these men to want to control her, but she's also a little kid, so...
right. Yeah, I mean,
That I know has nothing but ill intent in his mind and nothing for you in his heart. Trick you.
I
I
think
will smash his fucking head in.
his intentions he understands her from like a deeper perspective about like what the exact situation is. This other guy just wants to get in her pants.
Exactly.
Like that's it. Yeah.
God.
What were those?
Something, letters, some kind. Like he used a like a suture.
Yeah, concealing them in her clothes.
Why did you not stop her?
She is a being of free will.
Yeah, it would be hard after a certain point not to be like,
She's now out
see what she does.
alone.
You know?
So nuns and monks have starched their clothes with the egg
The
white and with
Yeah.
like surreal settings is cool.
It's siesta time.
What is siesta?
I see. All right.
You be advised, if it's not too late, not to fall in love with me. I have very little to offer in the way of constancy, just adventure.
I see.
Is she disappointed by that, or is she just like, okay,
Yeah, I don't.
not fall in love, okay? She's like, okay, I'm leaving then.
Oh boy, completely unattended out in the big bright world.
She seems to have like aged quite a bit, like, you know, her language, like since the beginning of the movie. How long do you think she was in the house with the guy for?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he said she was developing faster than a normal rate.
Yeah.
The set is amazing.
Yeah. It's how she would see everything, you know, like
I guess,
dream,
yeah.
almost dreamlike. But she has no like sense of self-control. She doesn't understand why you don't eat 10 pastries in a row,
Yeah.
even if they're delicious, flaky, buttery goodness.
She indulges herself.
Mm-hmm.
A handbag.
Better.
Why keep it in my mouth if it is revolting?
I have said that before to Gerald.
Got him.
Burn.
You are wicked.
Oh, because you mean his penis. Duncan's can sometimes be salty.
Why would you ever, like, bring her somewhere and expect her to just be like,
Well,
you know,
he's
normal?
Go punch
Like,
that baby.
do you understand the
Learn through
type
experience.
of person that you're like interacting with?
She's gonna punch the baby, she said.
You will rejoin the table and you confine yourself to the following 3 phrases. How marvelous, delighted, and how do they make the pastry so crisp, yes?
You are hurting Bella.
Let us go.
Oh ho ho.
Oh.
You can't do that
It's
here.
like, dude, were you ready for all this?
How is your dear father?
He's very unwell. I fear he will not see the year out.
Oh.
How marvelous. How do they get the pastry so crisp?
Is she actually just trying to do as she's told, or is she taking the piss right there?
I think a little both.
Does your head ache too, Duncan Wedderburn? And I also am starving for dinner.
Where the fuck were you?
Don't you get it yet, dude?
She wanders off.
Yeah, and that's also like,
Blessington.
it's not about you, man. This is about her wanting an adventure. This is what you promised her,
I
man.
am Bella Baxter, strange feathered lady.
I apologize. I could have sworn you were she.
Oh, she just recognized
Yeah.
the body. Who she used to be.
Yeah.
So Bella's so much to discover, and your sad face makes me discover angry feelings for you.
Right.
Learning resentment.
Yeah.
Become the very thing I hate, grasping succubus of a lover. Tried many of them off me, now I'm it. Fuck.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the lame one. I love the idea that this is the music that would be playing in like a fancy restaurant like this.
Yeah. This makes me think of River in Firefly when she just joins the dance, remember?
Yeah.
A man over there repeated blinks at me. I blink back.
Oh, jeez.
Light, I think.
For blood, I think. No, don't do that. What are you doing, man?
You're just gonna attack this guy?
Wait, what about the steak and the fish?
What is this place? That this kind of thing just is allowed.
Dude, this universe is different than ours. This is like a alternative reality Earth. Yeah, just there's no authorities. It doesn't seem like the assault has been a problem for anyone. Whoa!
Stop talking, as your sounds make Bella angry.
Not stop talking. If I have something to say out.
Whoa! Oh.
Okay, well.
Their dynamic is fiery.
A small incision is all that is needed.
He's off his game.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not good.
I am a man of science. I just need to engage in and continue the project. That is all. I must go on to the next thing.
Yeah, he can't admit to himself that he has any emotions.
Yep.
Do you think my father could have branded me with hot irons on the genitals the way he did if he could not put science and progress first?
Branded you?
What is the science in progress there?
He's just a madman. His father, I mean.
Yeah.
I haven't been very supportive of your adventurous spirit, so I have a surprise for you. Get in.
What?
Why was that the mode of transport?
Yeah, like
Changed hotels.
Look out the window, Ben.
blindfolded.
They're on a ship.
Yeah. Oh.
You aim to trap Bella at sea.
I aim to give you a new adventure. I suppose it's true you'll be easier to find.
Yeah, I guess she can't wander off.
Yeah.
She's on a ship.
Ride me. We'll then have cocktails on foredeck.
She's
She's
getting
not down.
No. Now she's like actually trapped again. It's like the same thing as being at the house and with everything locked up. There'd have to be some kind of whoa. Crazy, man. It's like, how about promise a destination?
Yeah, I mean, he brought her on board in a trunk.
Right, yeah. No, I was like, what are the vibe of these places? What is it reminding me of? Like BioShock.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Rapture.
Yeah.
Particularly this
Yeah.
spot.
What was the location in BioShock 3? Because that's what that like city reminded
Columbia?
me of. Columbia, yeah. I think she's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Maybe.
Not right this second, but she's going to.
I saw you with Handsome over there. White teeth and a hard cock.
Duncan went to
Pardon?
work, but I find him to elicit exceptional sensations throughout my whole body that leave me yelping happily. I also wish
She
to dash
speaks her
his body,
language.
form cadaver into the sea.
Yeah.
Is this man jumping on your body?
I haven't been bedded in 20 years.
What? That is terrible.
What's in between my ears is my big concern. What's in between my legs? Much less so.
This conversation makes me very happy.
Yeah, that lady's cool.
Yeah.
He's a cynic.
Madam?
This is Martha. She is my new friend who has not been fucked in 20 years. Is that not astonishment? I hope she
Well,
yeah.
Bella, you cannot speak like this.
Lights of society.
The old lady's like, I'm down. This is fine.
You're always reading now, Bella. You're losing some of your adorable way of speaking.
You were in my son.
What?
Oh. Toss him overboard.
Yep.
She got another copy? Or just a different book? Hey!
He's like, I just made myself the enemy here, didn't I? You're pathetic, dude.
Must go meet Martha.
I'll throw that perfumed bag of flesh overboard.
I dare you.
She's gonna kill you, bro.
Is he really gonna do it?
Corpse in the eyes.
Is he gonna really go kill the old lady?
Where is she?
And Bella thinks it'll be fun to watch him do that.
Yep.
She's going over the side.
Oh, marvelous. Yes, I never imagined being murdered.
Is this playful, or is he actually gonna do this?
They're not even at the edge.
She thinks it's hilarious. She's like, this guy's totally losing the thread.
Oh!
There you go, right
Nice.
in the throat.
I'll be in the ball.
Ah! He'll be in the brig, man.
Do you want to see what the world is really like? I'll show you.
Yes.
But she's gonna run off with him instead.
Of course.
Yeah. He seems like a better travel partner.
But he's a cynic too, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna be a good influence on her impressionable mind. What the hell?
Must be hot.
We must go help them.
How will we do that?
Yeah.
Oh!
Is this her first,
We go down
first
there.
experience?
They'll quite rightfully rope us.
Seeing
like
suffering?
they say rape us. Bella,
No. Can't handle it. Wow.
She's just overcome with empathy for their suffering.
But that's an experience right there. You want to experience, you want to see what the world is really like?
I have to go back. I must give this money to the poor near the hotel.
Yeah, that's
what they call a slum.
that's not gonna fix it.
We're staying ashore, Mum. We could take care of that for you.
No.
You can?
Of course.
No. No.
Thank you.
They're not.
These guys are like, all right, score, box of money.
We've been robbed. I won. I won everything like never before. And now it's gone.
I gave it to those poor people out there. Money is its own form of sickness. And all the scarcity of it.
Uh-oh.
It is a bad day for Bella Baxter.
What's his reaction going to be to this?
Fucking money.
I just told
I
you.
mean, if it was all just gambling winnings, just write it off, man.
You'll be put ashore at the next port and confined to crew's rations until then, sir. Good evening.
How dare you?
Haha.
Yeah. What is his reaction going to be here?
I realise what you are now, Harry. Just a broken little boy who cannot bear the pain of the world.
Yeah, it's a nihilist.
That's kind of what cynics are.
Also,
I say inside every cynic is a disappointed idealist.
Yep.
why do you stay with him?
I always think it will be better.
Of course you do.
Yeah, she's really developing quite a. She's like speed running her whole intellectual and emotional development.
In like a smooth, like slope though. Like I feel like we've watched her like slowly just like
but
get
a process that usually takes years and years.
Yeah.
Is it not an interesting experiment? With nothing. How will we live now?
I don't know.
I have ruined us, as you pointed out. But I do believe my actions come from a good place.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, it wasn't your money.
It's a hotel.
Is this a hotel?
We have rooms. Are you looking for work?
Cyril's mom from
Yeah, you're
Andor.
looking for work.
I charge you.
Do you recognize her?
Yep.
An hour, you charge them 30. Everyone's happy.
I see.
Oh, so she's gonna get work as a sex worker.
From London, lay with him, let him cock you a bit, and make some nice francs.
I see. He would pay me for this.
Yeah, she's like, I've just been doing this for free this whole time.
It is, I believe, a confluence of circumstances I regard as almost fate-like. Let us do this.
She's like, alright. This is worrisome.
Oh, all right. Well, he's ready to go.
Stirrups.
Oh yeah, look, I didn't see those. They're pretty far apart.
Should we warm me up a bit for...
Okay,
Yep,
well
that's
that
it.
was quick at least. He might get mad if you laugh at him. Okay.
Well, she's got food now.
Yeah.
Eclair au chocolat? I've come into some money and some enlightenment. You've always said you're the best bedman in the world, and I've never known another, so knew not whether this was true. But now I do, and a mere 3 thrusts Duncan Wedderburn was all he could manage. So I stifled a laugh, like a polite couple. This money.
You fucked for money.
And as an experiment.
You wasted your eclair.
Yeah.
Good.
I look at you and I see nothing but ugliness.
Does he know
That last
what
bit
she
was
is?
uncalled for and makes no sense.
No.
Yeah.
Can I never win with you?
It is the worst thing a woman can do.
We should definitely never marry.
Yeah.
Our adventure is clearly over. I shall book you a passage back to London.
You had money this whole time.
It is gone.
Oh yeah, her secret money. I mean, she did steal all his money.
Madam
Right.
Shirley, I have examined.
C'est formidable at the end. House rules.
Yeah.
Why are the other girls telling her the house rules and not the boss?
Maybe they're, yeah, I don't know. Sabotage?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, you know, yeah. I don't know.
You really expect me to go upstairs with the man, even if I find him distasteful, and therefore am sad when I let him furious jump me?
That is the way it is, my lord.
Yeah, that's the job.
My grandchild, sick and poorly and requiring much doctoring. My choice of giving you choice will jeopardize the business.
She needs her money. She's got things to take care of.
We must experience everything, not just the good, but degradation, horror, sadness. This makes us whole. Makes us people of substance, not flighty, untouched children.
You need the lows to appreciate the highs, she's saying.
Yeah, we're just like, life is about experiences, not just pleasure.
My boys are orphanage for education, sexual. I will demonstrate.
I see.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Vous pouvez jouer avec les seins de la femme.
Oh, take notes.
Cela augmente le flux sanguin.
Will you be able to perform with your kids sitting right there, man?
2 8 things along a finger in the arse, or a slight choking may do it.
Oh, really? He's writing that down. Oh, Duncan's still there?
Nah, he's just been there. Like every night, probably.
But didn't he dump her? Or no, she dumped him for being terrible, I
He
guess.
took the money and was supposed to depart, but apparently not.
I thought you left.
Back to the ship, it started to ache and vomit. So I'm here to save you.
Le Duncan.
He's so pathetic, man.
Jamais.
Go home, Duncan. Our time has ended.
I don't think I've ever
I look at you-
loathed Mark Buffalo
Yeah.
and anything else.
Your horse!
We are our own means of
Yeah,
Yes,
they
you
know
bet
that.
they are.
Go
Yeah.
away.
I need you to operate on me.
Shall I put a beating heart in your monstrous form?
If you have time, while taking this out.
Taking what is that?
A tumor?
It is spread. I see tiny polyps. I am dying.
So he can't be saved?
Où est ton bébé? Quel bébé? I've got a baby scar. Moi aussi, regarde.
Oh.
She's gonna learn about her past.
Good day, sir. You wrote to Mr. Godwin Baxter?
He has fed a demon at large into the world, the devil's rat in an alluring body that cannot be satiated in a mind that picks people apart.
Duncan's in an asylum?
Like a bloodied and burned rat
Dude.
shot out of an elephant's arm.
Bella.
She must have really messed him up.
That Golden Baxter, he knew. He set her on to me. He trapped me.
No, you're just a weak-minded loser.
Your choices brought you to
Yeah,
this place.
right.
I shall save you from her, sir.
Ick. He's completely lost it.
I mean, he was never a very normal dude.
No, he was all, but he felt like he was on top of the world, and then her like indifference to anything, just like
I had no insides.
forgot what being a human being's like.
T'as une lettre. Merci.
And the last missing piece is knowledge of where she really came from.
Right.
You are ill.
I am not. I am dying. A subtle difference, but one I take seriously as a physician. You are a sight.
Did I have a baby in me? And if so, where is it?
I see. Well, technically, you are your baby.
Yeah, what did he do with the baby's body?
Right. And also neither.
I feel like he'd put it to use.
Memory survives. No experiences survive.
Make a baby cat
What do you mean I am?
out of it. I like how he's not keeping it from her, though. He's just
Yeah.
like, oh, you asked? There's the answer right there. No.
Right back to where she began. That's not the answer.
No.
Or maybe she knows this is where she originally jumped and is just trying to, like, jog memories.
I am finding being alive fascinating, so I'll forgive you the act.
Yeah.
I always hate the lies and trapping that followed.
Understood.
If I hadn't brought you back to life, you wouldn't be alive to be upset at me
Good
right
to
now.
see you.
So,
You too.
there's value in that, I think.
I will be a doctor.
My surgery is yours.
The cycle repeats.
Wedderburn became much weepy and sweary when he discovered my whoring.
I find myself nearly jealous of the men's time with you, rather than any moral aspersion against you. Use your body, Bella.
Well, he's in touch with his own feelings, at least.
Right.
Do you believe people improvable, Max?
So, just like...
I do. Just as a human body can be cured of illness, so can men and women be cured of aspects.
He's the only man in her life that's not her,
Will you
like,
marry me,
father
Max?
figure that hasn't had sex with her, basically.
Yeah. And he seems to respect her.
Right, yeah, exactly. He's, like, probably the only one, too, that, like, really sees her for who she is. She had her adventure, and he's the safe, stable one.
Right, well, and I no longer feel like there's a unacceptable imbalance here.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
like she seems capable of making decisions now.
Do you, Bella Baxter, take this man as your husband?
Did we miss the part about anyone objecting to this? Or has that been removed in some kind of faux modernization of the catechism?
Who's that?
Hello, Victoria. You look well.
Is that the
that's
original
her.
husband?
Yeah.
He is the god of it. I do not know if he's in her
Oh,
power, but she
you
is his
bastard.
working hand.
General Alfred Blessington. You really do not know.
What?
It's a weird name.
Here you are.
God.
I have no recollection of you. I am Bella Baxter.
Hurtful. But perhaps you...
It's not even her brain, man.
This is your child, not
Yeah.
your wife.
Actually, I would like to go.
What?
You have a carriage, sir.
Yes.
What?
Let us go then.
Well, this is a complex revelation.
Yeah.
Max, you will not stop me.
Poor Max.
What the hell, man?
It is good to have you back, Victoria.
My name's Bella. I did not expect another leg of this movie.
The servants and I have not been getting along.
Only
I
one
fear
we
an
had the
uprising.
altar. We're done.
You remember David, darling?
Jesus.
No, she doesn't remember anyone.
Was I nice?
No.
Maybe now's the time to be honest, because she doesn't remember anything.
But I'm sure they don't, you know, like if you see somebody you know, what's it going to take to convince you they don't remember anything of your previous interactions?
Right, yeah.
You're like, oh, I don't remember any of that. You'd be like,
Yeah.
that's mighty convenient for you.
Yeah.
What drove her to leap off the bridge?
You hated the baby. You called it the monster.
I see.
But she is the baby.
Yep.
Why did we like each other?
We shared a love of good times. Watch. Allison, Sue. Rex!
Oh. They were awful together.
These kippers are strangely delicious. Vinegary or something.
Does anyone explain to him, like, I guess it's not for him to know. She just decided to leave with him, so.
When I list the ways you've wronged me, Jesus Christ himself would probably beat your head in with a bat.
Oh, really?
I suggest we stick close to the house for several months, maybe a year.
She doesn't want to be locked up again.
I am sure you will be as happy as you were before.
As I was before when
What's
I threw
not
myself
even
from a
her?
bridge.
Yeah, she threw herself off a bridge, right? That's not happiness.
If one must drown, let it be in the river of love.
What?
But must one drown?
Right. Ideally not again.
But had my own, more precise device made. Do you want just hood or glands?
Oh no!
Infernal packet.
No! No!
I shall get it sedated and bring it to your surgery this evening.
Oh no.
Yeah. You gotta maybe run, maybe kill that guy. Maybe both.
Right. I think the killing of the guy is the correct thing. He seems like an unstoppable force of terror for anyone who tries to leave him.
He had medals on and stuff. He's got power.
Yeah.
I intend to rid you of that infernal packet between your legs and plant a seed in you straight after.
Let me explain what.
Jesus, what?
If you would call a carriage for me.
They talk, and yet at some point there's nothing left but to pull a gun. 'Tis the way with women.
Okay, but that doesn't get you what you want either.
Right. Well, do it or die, but her relationship with the idea of dying seems like...
Yeah, she already died once.
Like, yeah, sure, man.
Drink the drink, darling. Chloroform and gin.
Well, then you just toss it in his face, right?
Toss it in his face, and then while he's distracted, you smash it on the counter and cut his throat.
Yes, stab him through the eyeballs with it.
There's swords and guns everywhere. Yeah, come on. You gotta be able to kill him. Yeah.
Filled with chloroform.
Oh, it got him.
Yep.
She shot him in the foot.
Max!
Yep.
Okay, so she didn't even have to kill him, just incapacitate him.
Ah! Ah!
That one didn't bug me so much for some reason.
It's weird that it was me this time.
I have the notes.
What are they? Whose brain are they going to give him? Oh, God's.
God's. It's gonna be weird for God waking up with a penis.
I guess so.
It was just a story of someone else. Not Bella Baxter.
Would have been cool if he was nice, though.
But she realized that you can't learn who you are from another person.
Well, they need to get the brain before he dies. Well, I guess they have, like, the electrode thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just quickly before it starts to really...
Decay, yeah.
Merci.
Oh, hey.
Yep.
We should get some water for the general.
No way!
They put the goat in him!
Felicity. Water.
Well, serves him right.
Yep. Oh!
Sucks to suck. Okay.
Whoa!
All right. Well, that was Poor Things.
What do you think?
I liked it. Did you?
I really liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
was an interesting... I mean, it was cool because it wasn't, like... It was on Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
With some of the same locations and stuff, but, like, in this dream-like... almost alternate Earth.
Yeah, with impossible science and stuff like that.
Right.
And, yeah.
And just like had like fantasy elements. I kind of like when they take like, you know, like real locations and stuff, but then they're like, what if things were like a little different? What if like the laws of physics were like a little different so we could like do different stuff with it, you know?
Right. Well, and like I said in our pre-discussion, my only other reference for this director was that movie The Lobster, which also has big elements about people becoming animals and like the blending of animal and person as entities. So I feel like that's a theme here.
Like the repurposing of a consciousness into like another form, or like
or like they're just exploring the question of what is it that makes a human being separate from just an animal, from just a biological creature, you know?
Yeah. And like what makes a person besides like you can have the same body, but then like your experiences are so important, and like your personality and like the culmination of like who you are. But then if you just take a brain, put it like in a different body, like then it's like a different person.
Exactly.
Really. Like
that was her discovery at the end. There is that I am not this man's wife in any sense. I'm just inhabiting the same body that she had, but so the self is contained entirely in the brain, is what it's saying.
Yeah.
I guess.
That had to have been weird for him, though, even though he was a horrible, awful piece of shit. How else to put it?
Yeah.
He just like. It must have been confusing, like, to be like, you're my wife, though, but you don't remind me of my wife, you know, like, you don't act like her, you don't remember any of the, you're not a horrible person like me, like she was.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and there are, I think, real-world instances of people who undergo serious brain damage and become, like, an entirely new person, dispositionally and stuff, so that's definitely...
Yeah, I mean, all your memories are stored in there, and you can have, like trauma-based amnesia is like a real thing where you like completely forget, or like, you know, people who've had like strokes and stuff will lose like whole chunks of their like their brain function.
Their personality.
But then the brain is also cool because it can like, if part of it like dies or gets damaged, it can create other like. Another network that sort of circumvents it all.
What's that guy? Phineas Gage? Is that name? Is that familiar? Isn't that a guy who got like a pole through his head or something that? I don't remember all the details of that, but there's somebody who survived a like seriously traumatic brain injury, and I guess I shouldn't have brought it up because I don't even remember the details of the case, but I remember it being a significant like scientific story about somebody whose whole mind changed after their brain was injured. Yeah, I don't know. This movie is like so much to absorb. You can't even really have a full discussion of it right afterwards. Like I gotta sleep a couple times and have dreams about this before I'll be able to actually dissect it.
The surrealness of it really like was appealing to me. Like it just
visually astounding.
Yeah, it really was. And just like even like the speech patterns of everybody, like I kind of said earlier, like I felt like they created like a world and then like told a story in the world.
Yeah,
you know?
It seemed like the late 1890s, or not even, just like the late 1800s kind of a setting, especially with like the literature and stuff they were referencing. But then characters were saying like fuck and cunt and stuff like that in a way that people didn't talk back then.
Yeah. And I felt like they were kind of making references to things that like were almost like more modern in like some ways, and you know, like, but it was just like a different universe, Earth kind of.
And the sets all made me feel like when you're watching a very elaborate stage play, you know, like especially the surreal cloudscapes and stuff like that. It all seemed like, you know, you could have lights projected onto the back of the screen that created that sort of a cloud look at a stage play. I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking of things to discuss about this afterwards because I'm still just kind of reeling from it.
When was this released?
Last year, 2023.
Last year, okay. Yeah. The theme of sex in it too was like a really, really interesting, like it was throughout the whole movie.
Right,
like, sex was like the main theme of the movie.
And that, I mean, the general wanting to take away her desire for sex by mutilating her, and talked about that his wife had that same disposition. You know, he said like that she was into sex beforehand, you know, more so than she ought to have been or whatever. And so I guess that's a interesting juxtaposition of like the the self and the identity comes in the mind, but there were still dispositions that she has that come from the physiology the mind is inside, you know, like maybe the strong inclination towards sex was because of the body.
Yeah, that's what I think of, like her hormones and like her was all adult, but like her mind was too young to like, you know, she never got proper sexual education.
Well,
you know?
but think about the time period. Nobody, I mean, like that guy brought his sons to a brothel. That's sex education back then, you know?
It's very weird.
Nobody, I mean, prior to Alfred Kinsey, nobody knew what anybody else was doing in the sexual department until he was like, somebody should study this.
Yeah, should probably figure this out.
Right, yeah.
Like,
what is normal?
100,000 years after we're become full humans, we should maybe figure out
what's normal and what's not in this department, right? Yeah, so I don't know.
But I thought it was an interesting way to sort of like explore her maturity. And like, you know, she had like the initial infatuation with, what was his name?
Max? Or Godwin?
Godwin, yeah.
Godwin Baxter? Yeah.
Yeah, and sort of just that being like her main, the sex was like the main focus. And then she got bored with him because he was this...
oh no, Duncan, you talking about.
Duncan, yeah.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, that he was just like, once she realized that he was actually kind of a pathetic loser who couldn't handle her, you know, like she was just like, yo, I'm just doing stuff, man, like you gotta stop taking everything so personally.
Well, and like, I mean, like I was saying during the movie, it was sort of like a speed run through emotional development of adolescence and into adulthood, you know, where like she's living at home and feels trapped there, and then this guy comes along who she's like, oh, you're kind of bad and different, and so she runs away with him against the advice of the people at home. They have sex a ton, and she's like, this is great, this is fun, and then after a while, she's like, you're not nice all the time.
Great, yeah.
This kind of bugs me. And then
he
cuts loose from him, but then gets into sex work, because she's like, sex is still new and adventurous, and I enjoy it, and I need to make a living, and this is something that I can do without learning anything else. I think that that's probably a true disposition of a lot of young women who wind up in sex work are thinking of it that way, you know? They're like, well, I do enjoy having sex, and I can make money, and then once they get into it, they realize the work version of it is not as fulfilling as the I'm with a willing partner.
Like, I love cooking. I cook all the time, but I don't want to work in a kitchen, you know?
Yeah.
It takes all the fun out of it.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah. And then she, I don't know, just every step along her path seemed like sort of what a person's trajectory through young life might be.
Yeah. It felt very, you know, even though it was in this crazy fantasy world, like I've talked about this before on like other videos discussing other things, but like the characters felt really consistent and all their motivations were like, there was no point where I was like, why are you doing that, you know, or like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like your character wouldn't do that, you know, like it felt, everything felt like really well thought out for these ridiculous circumstances, these ridiculous characters. I mean, God was like, you could tell his entire perception of like what love means was warped, but also a desire to step away from the torture that his like dad inflicted on him.
Yeah.
So he retained the sort of like cold indifference a little bit to like the experiment and like treating his like child almost as an experiment, but then like was like, but I'm not gonna like cut her guts out and see what happens.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, there was I guess another theme in the movie was kind of the parent-child relationship and the dynamic of like trauma cycles sort of and things passing along. Like God recognized the problems and the like despair that he had gotten from his own father's treatment, but at the same so he didn't want to repeat that, but at the same time the overall worldview that his father had instilled in him of like science is paramount and the only way to live is to approach things scientifically, that was intact, you know? So he did still adopt his father's worldview, even though it seems like he resented the ways that his father went about it. And I think that's an interesting commentary on how this kind of thing often goes. That even if you reject your parents because of ways you feel like they personally wronged you, they still are the one that built how you see the world, and it's hard to ever truly shake that.
Yeah, and you know, it takes a constant effort, you know, to like identify the things. It's like, I'm not crazy about that, you know, like even if like you love your parents and stuff, like I could do without that piece, you know.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, stopping the try. Even that's a funny thing I just thought of. Like, even the fact that like the husband came and then like who she was actually like his daughter, and her being like.
Yeah, it's
like,
true. Biologically, in her mind.
I mean, he didn't even know that, but it was like coming into that experience, not knowing anything about it, and seeing what he was like, and then realizing what she used to be like, or like what her mother was like. It's hard to even talk about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like being like, I don't want to be like that, though. You know.
And then, rather than just kill him, she made him a goat.
Yeah, dude. I really thought that it was going to be God's brain in there. But
I mean, obviously they wanted us to think that, you know?
But also, I feel like God was kind of ready to go.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah, I
he's
don't
like,
think he would have wanted
He woke up again and he was like, am I going to have to do... Are we still doing this? Like,
yeah, he'd been an
like,
experiment his whole life already.
Right.
He didn't need to continue to be a different kind of experiment.
The memories in that brain, I would be ready to sort of shut it off as well. You know, like that's got to be
He made it to the
brutal.
end, yeah. He didn't need to have his life extended.
But then, you know, it's just nice to also see the Bella's character development. Like, it just felt like so natural. Like, we were watching it, like you said, accelerated. So it's hard to tell exactly how much time had, like, passed over the course of... But I'm thinking, like, this was, like, 1 year.
Yeah, a year or
maybe.
two
Yeah.
at the most, I would say, probably was her adventure. She spent some time in Paris working there and stuff, but... Oh, yeah, none of the characters aged visibly, so it wouldn't... I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think a year or two. I mean, like, it feels like... the writing would have been so difficult to, like, have a very slow steps of, like, her using more words and, like, being more expressive or having new ideas, like, introduced to her, and then her, like, internalizing them and then, like, regurgitating them to the end of the movie where she was just speaking like a normal adult.
I mean, she was studying for her medical exam
Yeah.
at the end, you know? She was ready to become a doctor. She had fully actualized. And I think that other sex worker, who I don't know if we ever got a name for her, but is pretty much as close to a partner as she has by the end there. 'Cause she didn't marry Max, and then that woman was there at the end, so...
Yeah.
They're all just happily ever after, I suppose. And that other, like, the Bella 2.0 girl, I can't remember what her name was, but, you know, that actress was still there, too, so...
Yeah. It seemed like everyone's sort of, like, admiration for God is what brought them all together.
I guess so, yeah.
You know, like, they all stuck around, maybe, except for the general.
Yeah,
He
well, he
probably
stuck
could've
around,
taken
too,
him. Yeah,
eating the plants.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this is cool. I will probably end up watching this again sometime because
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of those movies where there's probably stuff you like will notice the second time through. Just
Well,
because of
and
how much is going on.
Even outside of that, it's such a visual feast,
Yeah,
you
it
know?
really
It's
is.
like you just want to look at it again because like the set design and the costume design was all so vivid, and the cinematography was so unusual as well, with the strange lenses and like the pinhole look that it would do over and over again. It was cool stuff. Yeah, I liked it. Thanks for voting for this movie for us, everybody. This was a good one. And,
Emma Stone's her whole performance was absolutely. I mean, all the performances
Everybody was
were
great,
stellar,
yeah.
but like, I mean, to go, that journey, having that character evolve like that would be so difficult.
Yeah, she's got some real skills.
Yeah, she really does.
All right, well, I think that's about it for
Yeah,
this
that's
one. So thanks for watching with us, everybody, and we'll see you on the next video. Until then, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets.